Hi, I'm Sean, and this is a tutorial for Java Lava, lesson number 2, part 1. And this is from the book Starting Out with Java from Control Structures through Objects. And this is edition number 5, and the author is Tony Gaddis. Okay, so we're going to talk about variables, and I'm learning along with you. This is a book that our college professor gave us so that we can learn Java. I've already done the Hello World, which is our first program, and then our second program is coming up soon, but I wanted to talk about variables just a little bit so I can help myself and maybe someone else learn a little bit. So first of all, let's make sure NetBeans is open, and then open up a new project, and we'll call it variable lesson, since I was already practicing, and we don't need this for the main class. Click finish, and it will create your project. And down here, we got to put in what we're doing. We're creating some variables. I would go into more detail, but since we're doing a video. Now there's several types of variables, like the integer. I'm a little bit familiar with that one. This one is holds any type of integer data. So we'll just call this number. And then there's float. I'm not as familiar with that one, so we won't talk about it today. And there's double, and double is also another number holder, and I think it's because it's larger than, it holds more data than the integer does. The integer only holds so many spaces of data, and the double holds more. So we're just gonna call this one double D. And then a character tells us about characters, and it has to be inside these. And we're going to call the character D. All right, has to say equal. The character is a character, that's the name, and it equals D. So we're actually initializing it also, right? So that's called initializing. So we have an assignment statement, and it initializes it. So like if we're going to assign a number to this, we could do it two ways. We could write another line and then say what the name of the variable is, and then give it a value, like 10. And then that would work. That initializes it and assigns a value. Or we could put it in one line, number equals 10. And now it's initialized and assigned in the same value, or in the same line. Now, what do you do with variables? Oh, there's lots of stuff you could do with variables. You could do math. You could have them hold the information from different processes in the program. You could do an array, make it into an array, and that comes later on in the book. I'm not real familiar with arrays yet either. But for now, we'll just do some math. Let's make some more integers though. Like if we wanted to do a widget, call it a widget, and we'll give it a 0 value. We could also put another integer name after a comma, and we'll call it widget, and initialize it as a 10, and a wadget, and we'll initialize it as 100, and a wadget, and we'll initialize it as 25, so it's 1/4. Oops. And you got to put the semicolon behind it. Now let's use that. Let's use this stuff somehow. I think we have to create an empty variable to do math. So let's do an integer and call it sum, because we're going to be making a sum and we won't give it any value. And then down here we'll say that the sum equals widget plus widget. So now what we've done is we've initialized the variable sum by saying that it equals widget plus widget. So now we gotta display that somehow. So let's do a system.out.println. And sometimes when you make little mistakes, that thing will pop up and tell you. So you can go back and see what you did wrong. Semicolon. Oh, see, still did something else wrong. And we could put information in here like words. What am I doing wrong here? Let's see if it'll give me some help. Why is println not working? Did I type it in wrong? Oh, I did. I put a capital. It doesn't require capital. So that's cool. Sometimes you can, if you're having trouble, or if you'd like to use the help, you can put dot and it'll bring up all this help. And you can go click on something so you can see what the correct, if it has a capital or not, and, until you get real familiar with it. So it doesn't have a capital, so println should be like that. Okay, cool. So now if we're going to make some words pop up in our system.out, we need to enter those inside of quotations. And then after the quotations, put a plus and then ask for what type of variable you're looking for. So we want to get the sum, and so it should print, hello, your number is space, and then the sum, which will be widget plus widget, which is 10 plus 25, so it'll be 35. That's what we're expecting. Let's click play or run project. There it is, 35. Hello, your number is 35. So there, you've done some math, you've learned some variables, how to put them in there, and a little bit about how to use the help, barely, but. So if you wanted to do something else like a J option pane, you would have to import that from the Java x.swing.j option pane, and then now you have access to whatever's in the J option pane command. So now it's saying, hey, we'll support whatever you write for J option. So let's just get rid of this and make this into a J option pane. So we're going to go J option pane dot show message dialog, I think. And then you have to write null with a comma and then put whatever words in between the quotations. Oops. So hello, your number is space, and then put plus and then put sum, and it should have the same effect except it'll do a pop-out box. And there it is. It popped up on my other screen. Sorry, I'm using two screens. And in order to get rid of the pop-up, you have to hit OK. So there you have it. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. If you want to know more about one of the other challenges that are in the back of Chapter 2, let me know. There are 17 problems. And like I said, my professor suggested that we try to do each one of those. So I might make videos and I might just wait for people to ask for help. But anyways, I hope you liked it and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you.